Hey everybody, Sean Starwars here, and this is only the second time that I've done a video over here on Substack for my Substack newsletter. And don't always come at you with an organized plan, but I just thought that it'd be good to do one of these today. I'm really excited about a lot of things that are up and coming right now. I wanted to share with you. Of course, the actual newsletter will be on its way sometime this weekend or on Monday. I try not to abuse the Substack format by having just a ton of updates. I don't know what's really expected. Of course, I'm on Instagram and TikTok and everywhere else all the time, so a lot of you probably are super saturated with my updates. But for those of you that want a more uh, measured approach to getting your recommended daily requirements of Sean Star Wars, which might be zero or it might be just 0.1%. I don't know, but whatever. Um, so, like I said, I could be more frequent on here, but I haven't really wanted to overdo it. I am hoping at some point to have Substack to be my only newsletter, my only, right? Because right now I do have one that is a part of my Woodcut Funhouse, website that I send out once a month, and I am trying to get everybody from there to work over here because I really like everything that we can do over here. Um, Also, I just want to say, and it's like the fact that people will listen is humbling. The fact that people will come back a second time is humbling. But we also actually have some paid subscribers, and I'm super humbled by that and super excited about that. And my goodness, thank you for those of you that are doing that. Um, and I want to show you, it's probably not going to be this colorway, but I have this little print that I really like. This little multicolor robot. I think I'm gonna. I've never sold one. I don't think I've had it for sale anywhere. But I'm gonna print up a special version of this, and I'm gonna be sending that out to my paid subscribers, and that's just going to be an ongoing thing for anybody that decides that they would like to be a paid subscriber, just as my way of saying thank you. But I haven't done that yet. If you are a subscriber, you haven't missed yours because I just got the idea to do that last night, this morning, whenever. So that will be on its way to you as soon as I can get your contact info if you're a subscriber. Anyway, um, so of course we started this month with talk about my giant revisitation of Birth of the Clown, a woodcut I made about 20 years ago, which I really have always been happy with. But as I'm now working on these giant prints, because it's been man, there's just like I keep interrupting myself, but there's so much I want to say, right? I mean, I haven't made an official announcement of this either. It's not that big of a deal to most of y'all, but for me, it's pretty special. We are now in our third year. How do you say that? It's now been officially 3 years of full time printmaking, right? I'm gonna have to go back and look. We're in 2025. I know it's 3 years, but I don't think it's the beginning of it. How foolish do I sound? Anyway, we've been doing this for 3 years, is what I'm trying to say, as full time stay at home artist, and it's been amazing. And I couldn't do it without the support of all the people out there that support me in their various ways. So thank you for that. In particular, thank you for watching this video. But one of the mixed blessings of that opportunity of staying at home and just making prints is that I'm always having to scramble for opportunities, right? Which I like to do, but it's just it's always hovering over me that, like, okay, this bill's coming, this bill's coming, this bill's coming, this bill's coming. You got to make money for this, you got to make money for that. You're always thinking sell, sell, sell. And I'm not I'm not a natural salesman, right? That's not like I'm a natural printmaker maybe, but I'm not a natural salesman. And so it's like even though I've gotten comfortable with it, it's not my natural first instinct to think, how can I squeeze some money out of these opportunities, right? But it's a reality. That's why I've been doing so many t-shirts this last number of years. And honestly, that's why I've been able to stay home for this 3 years, is because the t-shirt sales have certainly been the main support for being able to stay home and make whatever prints I want, And honestly, if I'm cranking that press and I'm printing up a woodcut or a lino cut, I'm happy. I don't care. But I feel like my real mission in life is to make large scale, multicolor narrative woodcuts, not just to print t-shirt graphics, right? I mean, so when I get to do these things, I'm fulfilling my destiny. And I did make the announcement and I did make the post about the large improved Birth of the Clown. And I love it. I haven't really been pushing it, right? Because I only have that one proof yet. I haven't gone into editioning, but that's going to be an editioned print. It's 36 by 48. I think it looks beautiful. I'm super happy with it, super proud of it. But I wanted to take something that I was going to be kind of um, confident in the outcome before I went into it, to make this big woodcut, which is really kind of my recommitment to large scale narrative multicolor woodcut edition prints, right? I'm working on another classic right now. You can see the block in the background, but you can't really tell what it is. And it's probably, outside of Frankenberry versus the Klan, it's probably my maybe it's my best print ever. It might be my favorite print outside of Frankenberry. It's probably one of the better received prints. Hot Dog Party, right? And that print has done a lot for me, and I wanted to do this one up big too. Now with this one, anyway, with the original Hot Dog Party, I've had some damage to the blocks. I couldn't really print a lot more of them if I wanted to. That one also is 24 by 36. This one that I'll be posting in my regular newsletter, I'll post a picture of the key block that I've printed, and it's this is a giant print. It's 60 inches by 36, so 5 foot by 3 foot. It's humongous. It's going to be multicolor again. It's going to be editioned. And I'm really excited about that shift to where this is like kind of what's most important to me. And I finally have the opportunity to address those needs. Um, Next on the list of announcements or news is that you may or may not know, most of you probably know that we have 5 kids, right? And my family is like a gigantic part of everything that I do. Well, we have the 5 kids. My oldest, Sophie, is currently in Greece doing study abroad program. Um, she's a junior right now, but semester's almost over. So she's just about a senior at USC out in LA. So we're excited about that. My son, Wes, is a senior in high school, and we're not sure what college he's going to go to, but he's getting ready to go out there into the crazy world. But with the 3 kids that we have at home, the twins, Ian and Vivian, who are ninth graders right now, they were both, and I'm so relieved that it was both of them. They were both accepted into NOCA, the New Orleans Center for Creative Arts. And it's an amazing program. It's really just like, I can't believe how fortunate we are that we have both of the kids in there. Ian's studying media arts, right? And then Vivian is visual arts. And obviously, like, I've been pretty vocal about what Vivian can do as an artist. I've been very impressed with her for a number of years, but it's nice to see that really kind of substantiated by Noka. And then Ian's been doing some really exciting things, teaching himself 3D animation and then just 3D modeling. He's done this all on his own. I can be no help to him with that at all. And it's really nice to see that he's excited about something to the degree that he is, and that he's becoming pretty adept at it. And they welcomed him with open arms too. It was a very rigorous application process, and they're in there. And so the big news for them is that. The big news for us is that, but the bigger news for the whole family is that we're going to be leaving Mississippi and moving back into New Orleans. Of course, Julie and I lived in New Orleans for a few years prior to having our first child, Sophie. So we're glad to be coming back. I'm really excited to be working, making art in a city, you know, and just getting some of that friction and chaos and just texture that New Orleans has to offer. And I'm going to be looking for a studio downtown somewhere. In addition to expanding what we do at the full-fledged woodcut funhouse, which is in Franklinton, Louisiana. That's my big studio with the big press, right? So like, everything doesn't have to have a name, right? But I kind of, in my head, I always call this little home studio the Woodcut Treehouse, right? Because it's just like kind of my little place. But I'm going to need studio space in New Orleans. Going to figure what that is. Kind of bouncing around the idea of maybe figuring out a retail space somewhere in New Orleans, because I think we could make it happen, right? I've been telling myself this last few years that, if I was in Los Angeles, I would have a thriving retail space, right? I think I really could have gone bananas if we had been in Los Angeles this last few years when everything was just blowing up and the videos were going viral, and just constant stream of engagement. But I think I could do it in New Orleans. I think I could make it work. And so, like, that's kind of also bubbling up a little bit. But we'll be talking more about Hot Dog Party print and maybe how you could get in on the action on that before it's ready, right? Gonna be looking for some pre-orders. The nice thing about, and I have done not a lot of pre-order stuff in the past, right? But this is going to be a pretty substantial project. Like I said, I'm going to probably, I don't know if I gave you the number, but I'm thinking edition size 15 for this giant print. Takes a lot of paper and a lot of ink, and honestly, it's a lot of time because I can barely print this on even my big press at the funhouse. And so it's like, it's much more labor intensive than even Birth of the Clown at 36 by 48. That fits easily on my press. I don't have to print it 2/3 of the way, back it out, flip it around, print the other third. It's a lot easier to do. This one's going to be a real son of a gun to do. And I'm looking to edition some big prints with some other print shops in the future. And I really just kind of I feel pretty confident about what I can do as a large scale multicolor woodcut printmaker. But I feel like I have kind of let myself down this last few years by focusing so much on t-shirts and smaller prints that, help keep the lights on. And I just, that's not going away, but I just have to squeeze more day into my day and get this big work done and kind of really reclaim that space that I feel rightfully belongs to me in the world of printmaking as big, colorful, energetic, crazy woodcuts, right? So anyway, we're done. I wasn't going to do 15 whole minutes, and here we are, 14 minutes and 43 seconds. I'm going to tell you, if you get all the way to the end of this, I loved, and it's going to go over 15 because I can't shut up, but I loved the messages from you guys last time that told me the secret message if you got to the end of the video, right? And this time we're going to do the same thing. And I think we're just going to end it with the words, Franz Kafka says hello. So if you get that, send it back to me. I love to see it. Like I said, we're carving out a little something special for paid subscribers. We're going to be a little bit more consistent with our posts over here. And just keep watching and sharing and following and supporting every which way that you can. It all means a lot to me. It lets me stay home and make these woodcuts. And like I said, fulfill my destiny. Remember, Franz Kafka says hello. Give me that message back. I'd love to hear it. And maybe very soon I'm going to start giving out a little surprise gift, like one of these prints on the vintage textbooks, right? Maybe I'll start, maybe now. How about this? Officially, out of all the people that reply back to me, Franz Kafka says hello, you'll be in the running for one of these little prints. I make them all the time. I'm not sure which one I'm going to send, but I'm going to send one person one of these little vintage reader prints. Did I really say enough about my Sheena zine? Now we're all the way going into 17 minutes. This should be finished up at the end of this month or early April, right? These are available for pre-order still. They're $50. I had a discount. That's not available. I may run that again at the end of the month because, like, you're always hustling. 24 of these little Sheena woodcuts, and the edition size is 50. No, I'm sorry. The edition size is 100 of these. I didn't want to mislead you. There's 100 of these. They're $50 a piece. We've sold a lot, but we have plenty to go, and I'm going to be printing these like son of a gun the rest of this month. Anyway, you still have a chance to get one. I hope you do. I love it. I'm really excited about it. Like I said, the last two zines we did sold out. One of them in 1 minute, one of them in about an hour. This one has not sold out instantly like that, but it's going to be hot when it gets to you. You're going to love it. Anyway, Franz Kafka says hello. Let me know. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.